Hi everyone, Gray Power 60 here. So today I thought we'd do a little playing. I'm going to use the plate. If you've noticed, I've taken off my glass mat so that if any of you don't have any of the tools, you can use any kind of glass plate, any kind of smooth surface. If you have a tile, if you have a glass mat, if you have, I think, just about anything. You could use plastic, you can use any of those kind of smooth surfaces where you can dab a little ink on the plate and have it not, seep through anything, so that it's a smooth surface so you can mix. So today I'm going to play around. I have taken out my alcohol inks, different colors. I've got all kinds of different colors. I've even got the alcohol blending. I also have a bottle of spray alcohol if I wish to if it's getting dry and I wish to wet it a little bit, I can use the alcohol spray to reactivate it. So that's another thing that I have. I have a couple of brushes. I don't think I'll be using them, but I may want to use the tips. I don't know. I also have this fabric marker. I don't want the fabric marker. I just want this little circle in case I want to use that for some kind of effect. I have a little glass roller here in case I want another effect. I'm just bringing out some tools. I don't have one of those sponge, air pump things, those round ball with the tube and you spray the air. So I can use a straw. I've just cut this down and you just blow into it if you want to spread the ink. So that's something else, you can get bigger straws, little straws, whatever. I'm also going to try and play around with these index cards. I've got the regular white ones. I've got yellow, blue, green, pink, and blue. Now I'll be working on the opposite side. And the reason being is if I do like how it turned out and I want to use it, maybe decorate it some way and use it in a as a tuck spot or whatever, I can use the other side for writing. So that is what we're doing with those. I have these pieces of cardboard that I used when I was making a spine for a journal. See how it reacts to that. I've got a few sheets of photo mat paper, and that is, I was just looking to see what the name of it was on here, Canon. So it's just a Canon brand. I've got these cardstock. Now this is very thin cardstock. And then I have got, nope, that's not it. This is the one here. And then this is the thicker. So this one is very thin, and this one is more that you would use for making cards. And I've got some envelopes that have the blue inside. So those are the different things I want to test today and play around with and see how they react to my alcohol inks. I can't talk. Yeah, so let's have some fun and see where we can go from there. So let's hold on. I'll just get a few things. I got to get a few wipes and things. Oh, and if we do any stamping, I'll be using archival ink in the jet black. I also have, get it out, potting soil. I also have this color, potting soil. These are the only two archival inks. And the reason that I like to use archival inks is because once it's dry, it won't activate with water. So that is great if you're going to be painting or anything else. So they may be used, I don't know yet. All right, so let's get started on our little experiment. Okay, I took out the booklet in case we may want to follow any one of those ideas. This monoprint is kind of a fun one. It's one that I use most often, and that's where you would apply several colors of ink, any blending solution, anything like that, so the colors will blend, and then you swipe. This is the glossy paper, and this is the other paper. So I thought we would try this one, which is one that I use, I think, the most often of all of these techniques that we kind of played around with through the alcohol ink techniques package that I got. This is one that I use the most often, this style, I guess, monoprint. So let's start with, just for fun, because we already know, well, let's try it anyway. Let's go with the photo matte one first. We'll go with that one. And I can put it on the stand afterwards. So let's try some colors. What shall we try? We'll try some Wild Plum. And I'm just going to drop a few drops. The Wild Plum. How about the Butterscotch? Let's see what happens, because I have not got my color wheel out. So I'm just going to play here, and let's try some Steam, which is kind of a blue. I always have trouble opening these. And we'll spray the blue on there, and let's put a few drops of the blending solution. And let's try this. Now I'm just going to dab it and dab it just to get some color all throughout the page. Depending on how large your plate is, you might be able to get more on here. And I noticed that my alcohol inks are getting a little dry, so I am just going to spritz it with some alcohol, and we're just going to see what kind of effect we can get with that. Like I said, if your plate is bigger, you'll get a different effect. Okay. Let's try the blending solution. Maybe it will work a little bit better. Let's try that. I'm trying this for the first time, guys, so, you know, whatever comes out is what comes out. I really like that. Now the blue has really darkened everything, so you'll notice that the blue and the red comes out kind of a purple. But that is really a nice background. So we'll put that aside. And I'll need a wipe to wipe off my plate. I don't want any residue from any of the other inks. What I like about alcohol ink is that it dries so well. Okay, we'll dry that off. And if you see any streaks underneath or any funny lines. It's from my paper. Okay, there's a few little places here where I could rub it a little bit better, but that's okay. So that is one. Let us try, let's go with some other colors, and we'll try them on the blue. Okay, I'm just putting dots on there. I'm not putting much. These are yellows, but different shades of yellow. And butterscotch. Okay, add a little blending solution. See how that turns out. Now, let's try it on the white. This is the white index card. And you'll see it soaked it up and actually came through the other side. I want to try this again. I was told that the alcohol will activate the ink. So let's see if it's going to do that for me. There we go. And that's the effect that it has. And alcohol inks dry quickly. So that's kind of the yellow effect on the white card. We'll put that over there. Wipe this down again. We're just playing. That's all I'm doing here, is just playing. All right, so that was on an index card. Let's try an envelope. Now, I probably could be using other inks, but this is an experiment today on just using alcohol inks. Just using alcohol inks. That's all I want to try. Let's do a little bit of purple in here. And a touch of blue. Just a touch of blue. Okay. And maybe a little blending solution to see how it will blend together. I always put the tops on right away because it does. All right, let's see how it will blotch. And that is on the envelope, and of course it does seep through because it's thin material. Let's try some very light cardstock. Let's see if we can activate. I don't know. I've been told that this is supposed to activate the alcohol ink. Ooh, I like that. I hope you can see that while I'm doing this. Oh, I like that effect on the card. That is really cool. I like that for a background. That is really nice. Okay, that's that one. Let's try the blue, and with the blue, yep, we gotta wipe this off so we don't have any residue of other inks. I'm just playing, we're just having some fun. This is Dandelion. And we're going to try the blue. And you know, yellow and blue will always make green. We'll just do a little bit of blending solution in here. All right, let's try it with the blue. We'll just do it gently. Just do it gently. It still seeps through. And then we're going to rub the rest of it on this one. But that does give an absolutely lovely pattern on there. It just depends on what you want. Just depends on what you want. And it does seep through because, of course, it's paper. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. I mean, it needs more. Yes, it needs more. We're just sampling here today. We're just sampling. Okay, what is the next thing I wanted to try was the heavy cardstock. I think we will tear that. I don't need the whole thing. We'll tear that a little bit. Clean off our glass. Did get a little bit on the sides, but that's okay. I do want to get it all off of there. Now, if you have different colors, if you have more colors, obviously things will be a little bit different. Let's go with yellow. It doesn't matter what colors, it's up to you what you want to throw on here. I'm just going to be using these colors, and I'm going to dab that in here. Let's dab it here. And as I said, you know, with alcohol inks, the paper just absorbs it. It just absorbs it. But if that's, you know, if that's what you want, I'm just going to see if we can reactivate that a little bit and maybe spread it a little bit more. That is really pretty, and I like the matte finish on that. That's compared to the glossy finish when you're using glossy paper. But when you're using a matte finish, these are the different kinds of finishes that you get that you can use for background, whether you want it intense. This was quite intense here. Yeah. So playing around with the alcohol inks on different, we've used them all except the cardboard. Let's try the cardboard. Maybe I might want to make a belly band, or maybe I might want to, oh, it must have been from the top of a, what do you call it? Paper pad. Okay, we'll try one more. Let's go with some butterscotch. Let's just get some lines in here. Butterscotch and perhaps a little yellow. This one is, whoops, this one, I was trying to turn around, dandelion. And this one is sunshine. It's all yellows. All yellows. And perhaps a touch of red. Let's just see what we get out of that. Okay, so we're just going to put the block down, the cardboard. This is giving it a rather nice background. Again, I'm going to spray it with the alcohol. Somebody told me that this is what activates it. I don't know if it does or not, but I'm giving it a try anyway. It does give it a cute little spots, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So there we go. On the cardboard, we're getting a really nice background here. Now, if I had more colors, it would be, you know, let's just, I'm gonna spray the alcohol on there and wipe this off. And I definitely need a wet one. And of course, I'll take this to the sink and wash it after to make sure there's no residue, because next time I want to use it, I want to make absolutely sure that there's nothing on there. So that is a little fun experiment for the day. I just thought maybe we would have a little fun using the plate. I did not use the straws to blow the colors in different directions. Perhaps it's something we can try next time. And here we have the results of our playing with ink on various I also wanted to mention, and I really forgot about it, I had been using these without any gesso, without any medium of any kind on it. It's purely on regular paper without any medium, any gesso, anything like that. It would be better so that it wouldn't seep through if you did cover them first with a matte medium or some kind of mixed medium surface, so that the inks can be on there and not go through this very fragile kind of, I guess it's fragile, paper. So I didn't want to do that today. I wanted to just show you the difference on how you can still use alcohol inks on regular cardstock without using any kind of matte medium. Maybe in a future video I will do that. Again, today I did not use the straw to blow, but oh, let's try it. Let's try it. Just we'll do it on a glossy. So let's just give it a try and show you what I mean by that. So let's take a couple of colors here. I'm going to use some blue and some purple. Might as well just go crazy here. And a little bit of red, just to give it something else. Now I can use my straw to blow on it and mix them up better. I can add a little mixed medium here. Let's add a little bit of the mixture. I didn't try that. That's the little gold. Let's see if we can add a few drops on that. Again, now the problem with blowing, of course, is that it is going to dry, and you're going to get, you know, your alcohol ink is going to dry a little bit. But that's the effect that you get when you blow it, just to give you whatever other kind of, look how black that is with the blue and the, I think it's blue and red or blue and purple. I have a, I'll have to link it below if you want to have a color wheel. I don't have one, but I'm going to make one. See, we're going to get the greens in there. Again, I'm just spreading it around on my glossy paper. It's just so cool how you can get so many different patterns on it. Let's try a little bit of butterscotch. Let's blow that around a little bit and see what kind of effect we're going to get with that. So it just depends on what you want and how you want to decorate it. Now, one thing I have not tried, let's try it together, is adding water to the alcohol ink. I have never tried it with water. I'm going to use, let's try a pink. It's going to probably seep right through, because I know alcohol ink doesn't, it doesn't really activate with water. It's got to activate with alcohol, as far as I know. And I don't have to spray it. I can just dab it in different places, or spray it if you want to get that little dots, I guess. See how we do the little dots here. So I'm just playing. You know, the whole thing is, it's your art. It's your, whatever you want to do with it. That is my playing for the day. So I just thought I would share that little bit with you. I didn't mention it in my video, so I thought I would just attach this to the end and show you that the water doesn't work well with the alcohol inks on, let's try the red. Sorry, I'm just playing here, totally playing. Sorry, there's water on here, but let's see. Because I was washing it off, it was wet. But see, you can get all kinds of different effects. Let's spray a little bit there. Again, I just want to see. It's experimenting, you know. We're just experimenting with whatever you want to do with it, and just look at the results and have fun and play and get to know color combinations. And like I say, I have very limited amount of inks here. It's going to take a while for me to add to my collection, but these are all just fun backgrounds that you can use on, you know, I could cut this and make it into an ATC and a 2.5 by 3.5, make some artwork out of that. Use this for decorating in a journal. The same with this one. I mean, there's so many things you can do if you don't mind being messy. And that's what I think this is. It's messy. So, you know, I don't have, like I say, I don't have a pump, so I use the, you know, the straw to move it around. And yeah, so the difference here, we can see how it's moved around over here. And yeah. So it's whatever you want to design, and you know, you never know what you're going to get, which is really the fun part of it all. You never know what is going to come out of your experimenting with colors, experimenting with alcohol inks, and using any kind of flat surface that you have. Like I said before, I don't have any glass plates that are suitable for a craft room. All of my plates, I've gotten rid of a lot of plates, and all I have left is what I have in my kitchen. So I had to go out and buy a plain plate just so that I could demonstrate all of this silliness. And it is silliness, but it's fun. And And this is just working with these alcohol inks. I haven't taken out my my Distress Oxide, for instance. We could play with that. And of course, with this, it will get activated. Let's try it on the yellow. That will be interesting. So this is a photo, vintage photo. So I'm just going to rub it on here, add a little water, and dab it on here. And see the effects that you get, and you can make all kinds of different patterns on it. So you don't have to have alcohol inks. If you happen to have any Distress inks, I think Distress Oxide, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me, I believe mixes better with water than the regular Distress inks. So the Distress Oxide, I believe, is the one that activates with water. There we go. Now that can be changed. You can add things to that. I have black soot. Well, my goodness. Let's see what happens when we try the black soot. Oh, my problem here is that I didn't wipe off this properly. Sorry. It's because it's still wet. So let me just get that dry. This was one of the minis that came in with the alcohol ink kit. Gotta think of that name. Okay, that's almost gray. All right, let's see what will happen when we put it on the blue. Did we try? No, this is the green. This is the green one. It doesn't really come off very well, does it? Now this one here, oh, this is just Distress ink. I wonder if it works better with alcohol. Let's try it. I don't know. I'm trying this with you guys for the first time. So it seems that this is Distress Oxide, works well with water. This is just Distress ink. Apparently works better with alcohol. So we're going to do that again. I just want to lift up. I know it's going to be wet. There we go. I want to lift it all up. And there we are. Now today is just, we're just using alcohol inks and with a little extra Distress inks, Distress Oxide and Distress inks. And look at that, once that dries. And that's with the green. So you can do all kinds of things with the inks. Next time, I think we're going to play around with paint, with the balance of my goodies that I have here. And I got the pink one there. So these are going to go into my box, my little box of backgrounds, so that if I'm looking for something I want to, you know, these can be torn, they can be used different ways. It's just a lot of fun to be able to create your own without having to go out and buy background stuff. And like I said, I think the next one we're going to try is paints. I think we're going to do some fun things with paint. Most of us have paint rather than, you know, alcohol inks. Not everybody has alcohol inks. But, yeah. So we can stamp on these. We can do all kinds of things. This would be great for a cluster. And this is an envelope. It can also be decorated and put into a journal. You know, you can just dress around the outsides of it. Yeah. All right, guys, I hope that is a little bit fun just to watch me make a mess and have a little play with the various types of materials, you know, the glossy photo, a regular cheap little envelope, a piece of cardboard, some index cards. These are colored index cards, little different colors that we have. This is very thin cardstock. This is a thicker cardstock, and of course different colors of the index cards, and this fun one that we just played with, trying to blow the colors. I mean, it's not as good as the pump thing, but when you don't have things, you just find things in your stash and use it. All right, I'm sorry, guys. This is it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you just sort of had fun with me experimenting. I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm having a lot of fun creating and mixing colors. Yeah, I got to get going on my color wheel. That's my next, another next. I have so many nexts. I have so many videos that I have lined up to share with you, and I hope you're just going to have fun with me. Yeah, all right, that's it. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.